It's happening. Yes, it's happening. We are live. And what's live right now in people's minds are the DOGE, Department of Giving Equity or Government Efficiency. Which one is it? But we know politicians, their number one job is to get elected or reelected. You know, it was so much talk of paying down the deficit, finding money, and using that money to pay down the bills that we accumulated over the years. Everybody's going to pay down the deficit. We're going to not owe $37 trillion. It's going to be gone like this. So, yes, DOGE has definitely done its job on the surface. Elon Musk, you can agree or disagree with him politically. I got a Tesla, but him personally, not my cup of tea. Anyways, though, they have right now, air quotes, found approximately $2 trillion in savings. A person who's 360 years old getting a Social Security check, well, that doesn't make sense because Social Security has not been around for 362 years. So, some cooking the books there, right? Somebody's casting a check. I think they probably had the date of birth wrong. Anyways, though, $2 trillion. So, we think they're going to use that money to pay down the debt. We owe 37 trillion. That's 2 trillion without raising taxes, without the middle class being taxed any more money, without the rich, the wealthy, and the elite getting a tax break to quote unquote stimulate the economy. Let's use this money. No, 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 no. Because a politician's job is to get elected, reelected, and keep those donors happy. So, my friends, it was announced that they are going to, with that $2 trillion of savings, if it really is $2 trillion, they're not going to pay down the debt. They're not going to help us with our deficit. No, they're going to give a stimulus check. Now, we know how stimulus works. Stimulus is great because it stimulates the economy. Money is getting printed out of thin air and it's coming to us. And out of thin air, we spend that money. So what happens? Inflation goes up, just like what happened in 2020 after COVID. We didn't see it until 2022, and we all know inflation went from 0% to 9.5% like that. The market came crumbling down. So, what is the president going to do? What is Elon Musk going to do? They're not going to pay down the deficit. They said that they're going to give 20% of the money that they found from DOGE, same thing. Tomato, tomato, data, same thing. They are going to give us 20%. And yes, that's great. It's taxpayers' money. We spend it, so they're giving money back to us. But what happened to the debt? What happened to the deficit? What happened to government spending? Printing money. We are a money printer. So approximately $5,000, if it stays at 2 trillion, with all the Americans that we have, approximately $5,000 per household. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Who's not gonna got me a check? I got a check. Oh, I done got me a check. I got a check. So who's going to say no to $5,000? Nobody will. But if things were promised from a campaign standpoint, we're going to pay down the debt. Why are we giving $2 trillion in the money printer and giving it away? It's going to be spent and it's going to help stimulate the economy. But that is going to hurt inflation. Do you guys like when gas prices was $4 and $5? Don't you like when they're like $2, now $3? All $2 trillion put into the system, you think that's going to raise the price of bread or lower the price of bread? It's going to raise the price of gas or lower the price of gas? We all know what it's going to do. So the dividend is a coming. But the rich, the wealthy, and the elite, they find ways to make money on this. How? How, Sway? Well, what if people got a refund because they say for individuals who paid taxes the prior year. Well, if I'm rocking and rolling using the tax strategies that I recommend my clients as a certified financial planner, and I have some tax strategies put in place where I don't pay taxes, I get a refund. Do I not qualify for that dividend because I did my tax planning correctly where I don't pay Uncle Sam? I am a tax paying citizen, but I didn't owe any money. I got money back. Uncle Sam paid me back because of the tax strategies I put in place. What about those individuals? Or what about the company that's going to distribute those checks? That's from an investment standpoint we're going to talk about right now. So it's the CEO of PayPal. And that CEO of PayPal, he is, my friends, very influential. One of the largest donors for the Trump campaign. Elon Musk, not best friend, but business partner for a long time. You know, Elon Musk did start PayPal years ago, right? Now, we talk about DOGE. Elon Musk was failing at one point. And the government came in and gave him money after money after money. And now look where he is today. Now, he has done an amazing job building companies, not a business acumen question about business. But it's funny how individuals talk about government handouts when they receive it. And this is not political. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, they all got their flaws, some more than others. So this is not political, but this is facts, y'all. Facts. And the facts are that a company called PayPal might be the driver behind this. Why? Because it costs money. When we mailed out those checks, right? We got those checks mailed to us, signed Donald J. Trump. Well, if they're mailed, it costs the post office, what, 65 cents a stamp, paper, and you're printing it out. You know how much money that was to send out those checks? Woo! A lot. How much sent out those checks? A lot. 21 Savage style. So PayPal says, you know what? Let's create a pilot program. Let us, because we have individuals' email address, verify your email address. And also from a tax standpoint, 1099s, right? It's from the government that you get. Well, PayPal will then do those times for you. Because if you have a PayPal business account, you know you get a 1099 if you get $600 or more, not $6,000. So from a government standpoint, PayPal are the ones that issue those 1099s, and PayPal is the one that sends the money directly to your account. What company's going to get paid because of that? Well, if PayPal is the one doing the 1099s, not the government, it saves the government money, but doesn't PayPal get transaction fees? Okay. If PayPal is the one that's using their services, don't you think other people who are using Stripe or Cash App is going to use PayPal because they just got a up to $5,000 check from the government so they feel safe about PayPal? Yes. So the biggest winner from a stock market standpoint when it comes to the DOGE dividends, in my opinion, will be PayPal if PayPal pulls off what they are plotting. I'm plotting. I'm itching. I'm plotting. If they plot and that plot comes to fruition, that they are the ones that do these electronically. Because one of the biggest donors of the Trump campaign, Elon Musk's friend, and also a big supporter of the Republican Party in totality, is the current CEO of PayPal. And the rich, the wealthy, the elite, they know one thing. When it comes to making money, they're going to correct the wrongs and correct the corrections so they can get more money, more money, more money. So if this DOGE dividends comes to fruition, and we don't know, right? Politicians, president, Republicans, Democrats, doesn't matter. They say one thing, do another. So who knows, right? Or it might be hogwash, this $2 trillion. It might not be that much. But if 20% right now of the estimated $2 trillion, that's approximately $5,000 per family that we're going to receive in a DOGE dividend. Is that by executive order? Will the Republican-led Congress sign off on that? Because some Republicans lean Democrat. They just say Republicans, they wanted those votes. Will Democrats say yes to that? Of course not. They're going to fight tooth and nail. Democrats love raising taxes, but when it comes to Donald Trump saying something, they're going to say no to it. But it goes both sides as well. Because Republicans, They hate deficits, but they're going to say yes to add another $2 trillion of money that we're going to print. So they're all playing politics. It's not political. This is how you grow your money. That's where I come in as a certified financial planner, how to transform your finances. So if DOGE in its existence cuts that check of 20% and it's $5,000, let's look into what PayPal has done to get into that electronically. And if so, that might be a stock opportunity. So that's that. But we got to talk about Palantir. You know, Palantir went down by 9-10%. Then it went up by 22%. And I told everybody when it went down, buy the dip. And if you did, it went down by 9 and went up by 16. That is a 25% gain, my friends. We bought it for our clients when it was at $21 a share last year. We know where it is today. Over $106 a share. Was as high as 116. But we talk about the Trump trade all the time. What's Trump going to do? What's Trump going to do? And we're just walking back and forth because when Trump says something, the market goes down like crazy. Trump says something positive about a company, it goes up. Well, Trump today said he's going to look into all government spending when it comes to defense because of what's going on right now with DOGE or DOGE. Dodge, DOGE, whatever. My profiteers, do we think that any politician is going to cut military spending? Think about this again. Do we think any politician will stop government contracts for military and defense? We are not fighting with bayonets anymore. We are not with bazookas and tanks anymore. War today is all about cybersecurity. Hacking into the system and messing your stuff all that is war today. And because of technology, now the small little old countries, you know, the S-hole countries the president talked about, I'm not saying that, but the small countries that cannot in no way mess with us, it is the United States. Nobody can. I'm a veteran. Ain't no country like the USA. We have our flaws, but ain't no country as great as the USA. But do you think any politician, especially Republican politician, is going to stop government spending when it comes to military defense? Think about that for a second. I'll wait. The answer is no. Now, Palantir, because of that statement, their stock went down dramatically yesterday. And then today it went down some more. Went down by 9% yesterday. Today it went down as much as 13%. But in the words of Juvenile, I'm about to bounce back, bounce back. It bounced from down 13 to down 6. So if you bought the dip, hey, good for you. Now, last year, Palantir got $1.7 billion with the B. $1.7 billion, all about billions. Adrian Bronner style. My fellow Cincinnatian, let your hands go, Adrian. Anyways, $1.7 billion with a B in 2022 through government contracts. It was 51% of their business. Now, from a company standpoint, you don't want half of your business coming from one provider, even if it is the government who's going to keep on writing those checks rain, see the snow. The reason why is because your CEO says something wrong. He don't show up to Mar-a-Lago like he's supposed to. You know, he says something about DEI that people don't like. That's going to get your funding cut. Oh, my funding is cut. So the CEO and everybody with Palantir, they got to walk a straight line. Straight line when it comes to this administration. But their stock went down dramatically because the president came out and said they're looking to cut government defense contracts. When more than half of your revenue is from the United States, that is going to hurt you. Just the U.S. Army alone, you guys, literally $10 million contract from the Army. I'm an Army guy. I'm a vet, disabled vet. I hurt my ankle during the war in 2003 playing basketball, but I had a cast on, which makes you think from a Department of Defense standpoint, it's so many veterans who need help that don't get the care they want to. Me, oh me, had a cast on for a few weeks. hurt my ankle and I'm a disabled veteran when so many other people who are really need help don't get the assistance. That's what we should be putting the money to, the veterans. Conversation for another day. But literally a $619 million U.S. Army contract. Million a year for 5 years, and then a bonus of 119 million. How does that happen? A bonus of 119 million, whatever. So their stock went tumbling down. But my friends, we do what the rich, the wealthy, and the elite do. And the rich and the wealthy and elite, they know that government spending is not going to stop. They know companies like Palantir that are ingrained in government spending will go back up. So what do? Do we buy the dip or do we sell? Well, I talked a few weeks ago when it got to 120, your body want to, in the words of E40, sprinkle some profits, because you can't lose money when you sell your profits. Buying it at $21 a share like we did for our clients, sell that at 120, your 4X, take some off the top. But today, do we hold, do we fold, or do we keep on going? My opinion, this will be swept under the rug, and slowly but surely we'll see Palantir grow, and get back to where it was. When will that be, Mr. CFP? When will that be? Nobody knows but God the future. If it takes a year, will it take a year? Question mark there. If it takes a year, again, it went down by 9%, now down by another 10, right? 13%. 13% down to 17% up. In 1 year, I made 17%. I beat the average of the stock market. If the war hawks in administration get their way, we continue government spending, government contracts, this, my friends, will continue to go up. How much further? We don't know. But I, in my humble opinion, think Palantir is today a buying opportunity to buy at a discount. I'm just saying, I mean, have I been wrong before? Of course. Have I been right before? Right more than I've been wrong on these social media streets. And as a certified financial planner, I'm just giving information. Do your own research. However, Palantir might be something to look at while it's down. So with that being said, y'all, we need to look closely at PayPal and their relationship with DOGE, whatever you want to call it. And if they wiggle in a way to be part of that $2 trillion of government money that we're supposed to be giving to the people, 20% of $2 trillion. If they find more, it'll be more, right? If it's $4 trillion, then that 5,000 turns to 10,000. Those are some big numbers. Per household getting $10,000, a lot of debt's going to be paid off. No, it's not. A lot of spending is going to be done, and the market's going to go up because of it. Now, the after effects, we got to see what happens there. If that does happen, PayPal is something that you want to look into, because they might be able to wiggle or weasel their way into getting to a bag. But as always, y'all do your own research. Like, share, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for being on this live. And as always, let's make some painful or painless profits together, y'all. Peace.